She didn't walk away because you weren't good enough. She walked away because you didn't know how to lead the connection. And that is the first way a man loses what he wants. Most men think women leave because of looks, money, or competition. But the truth is far colder. A woman only drifts when the man she trusted becomes unpredictable to himself. And that's where this story begins. A man standing in front of the mirror. No noise, no excuses. Just the brutal reflection of someone who kept giving and still lost. He remembers every moment. The messages he typed too fast. The promises he couldn't keep. The times he said, "It's fine," when it wasn't. The million little moments where he thought he was choosing peace, but he was really abandoning his own standards. And then he asks himself a question that every man eventually faces. What does a man who gets what he wants actually do differently? That question is the doorway. Most never walk through it, but the ones who do become the men women respect, follow, and stay loyal to. Here's what happens next. When a high-value man enters a relationship, he doesn't try to impress. He observes. He listens. He watches patterns, not performances. He pays attention to how she speaks about people, how she handles stress, how she treats boundaries, because he knows something inexperienced men don't. People tell you who they are long before they show you. That alone creates tension. Because when a woman realizes she's with a man who sees clearly, the whole dynamic shifts. He doesn't chase attention. He commands it by having a life worth paying attention to. His work, his habits, his discipline, these aren't accessories. They are architecture. But here's the twist most men miss. High-value men don't get what they want by force. They get it through clarity. Clarity in their standards. Clarity in their communication. Clarity in what they will and will not allow. And clarity is magnetic. Let me tell you a short story. A friend once told me he was exhausted. He said he felt like he was constantly performing to keep a woman interested, planning everything, fixing everything, holding everything. And I asked him, "Did you ever tell her what you actually needed from her?" He laughed. Then he went silent, because he knew the answer, and it wasn't yes. Most men are never rejected by women. They reject themselves first, by refusing to speak their truth. Here's the tension point most men ignore. If you don't say what you need, she'll fill the space with what she thinks you want. If you don't enforce what matters, she'll test to see what does. And if you don't show where the line is, you'll resent her for crossing it. High-value men prevent that long before it starts. They don't ask for respect. They model it. They don't beg for consistency. They live it. They don't negotiate their worth. They embody it. And women respond to that with something rare. Trust. Because the moment a woman feels she can trust a man's direction, she relaxes into her feminine. She opens emotionally, and the relationship becomes a partnership instead of a battlefield. But there's an escalation point here. Being a high-value man isn't about perfection. It's about emotional leadership. That means he stays grounded when the situation gets loud. He stays honest when the moment gets uncomfortable. He stays intentional when she gets emotional, not controlling her, controlling himself. Because the woman isn't testing him. Life is . This is where most men fall apart. They want the connection, but they don't want the responsibility that comes with being the emotional anchor. A high-value man embraces it, not for her, for himself, because he knows this truth. A woman can only rise to the level of a man's stability. So what does this look like in real life? It looks like saying, "I don't raise my voice. If you're angry, we talk. And if you need space, take it. But I won't argue." It looks like saying, "I want loyalty, consistency, and effort. If that's not what you're looking for, that's okay, but I won't settle." It looks like saying, "I choose peace, but I won't trade my standards for it." Notice something. No fear, no pressure, no begging, just truth. And truth is powerful. Truth is what separates a man she respects from a man she tolerates. Because at the core, this isn't about getting what you want from women. It's about becoming the kind of man women don't want to lose. A man who leads with integrity. A man who communicates with strength. A man who chooses purpose over approval. A man who knows himself so deeply that no relationship can make him forget who he is. Here are the key lessons most men never hear. If you want loyalty, be someone worth being loyal to. If you want peace, stop entertaining chaos. If you want respect, stop explaining yourself to people who don't value you. If you want consistency, stop accepting excuses. And if you want a woman who gives you her best, give her the safety to do so. The final payoff is this. High-value men don't get what they want because they manipulate or demand. They get it because the right woman naturally meets the standards of a man who knows his direction, and the wrong woman disqualifies herself. Either way, he wins. Because he isn't chasing a woman, he's choosing a life that attracts the right one. And now, it's your turn. If you're ready to build discipline, communicate with strength, and become the man who leads his life with intention, not reaction, subscribe to Better Now, and turn on notifications for your daily growth. Your future self is waiting.